This is the custom market value analysis screen, which will let you override our automated comp selection. So you can choose your own comps, and you can actually even override a condition adjustment that we automatically calculate. And I'll get into that in a little bit. So when you first open the screen, this is what you see. You can see this is the subject's market value and appraised value for the property, and we have one comp automatically selected for this particular case, and it's adjusting at $280,000. I can see that where the comp is selected with this checkbox right here. I can also see that on the map I've got a blue icon for number 3. So pop open this legend, and I can see, okay, this purple icon is the subject property. Blue means the comp is selected. Green means the comp helps me if it were used in an appeal. So if I unselected number 3, I would see it's green. Yellow means that the comp has no impact, so I can see that number 13 is yellow. So using comp number 13 would actually support the appraisal district's value of $289,000. And a red comp, or a red icon, means that the comp would hurt me using in the appeal. So in this particular case, I'm assessed at $289,000, and maybe a red comp indicates a value of $300,000. So these icons right here correlate with these smiley and frowny faces you see over here, and it means the same thing. So using comp 1 means that comp would hurt me, comp 2 hurts me, comp 3 helps me. I can see that comp number 13 supports the appraisal district's value. So we automatically select the credible comps that help you in the appeal, but you're free to deselect and select any other comps that you want in this particular mode. You also see some other icons over here, and they just basically describe how similar that comp is to yours. So this compass icon means that it's similar in location. This ruler icon means that it's similar in living square footage. This tree icon means that it's similar in land value. The house means that it's similar in building quality, which is a metric that the appraisal district uses, and we just gather it and compare it to your property. This icon right here is a clock, and that means that it's timely to use when you're evaluating the property for a January 1st date. So we tell you that yes, using this comp falls in a good date time frame, and you won't get in trouble using it. This icon's a ladder going in and out of water. That's what we use to indicate if the comp, how similar it is with a pool and compared to a pool to your property. So if it's the same, like meaning your property has a pool and the comp has a pool, it'll be green. If you don't have a pool and the comp does not have a pool, it will also be green. When it changes to red is when the subject has a pool and the comp does not have a pool, or the subject doesn't have a pool and the comp does have a pool. This is a kind of a paintbrush icon, and that's to indicate condition, and you can actually override the condition of a property from what we automatically calculate, and I'm going to get into that right now. So I can click on comp number 1 and it'll pop up and give me more detail about that property. So I have like MLS comments, some information from MLS about the sale of the property, location information, improvement, and land value information. We also have these MLS photos right here, and you can make those larger by dragging this up. And real quick, when I opened up this, I see this adjustments tab right here. I see that this property sold for $298,000, and these are the adjustments that we're doing to get to an indicated value of $295,000. And I see that they're saying that the appraisal district is saying that this property is in similar condition to my property. And there's this additions thing here, and this is where some confusion can happen. So additions are what the improvements that we separate out from the main living space. So for instance, a pool, detached or an attached garage, detached guest quarters. There's a lot of things that can fall under this category. So to clarify that, we provided this pop down that you can use. So I can see that the subject property has a room addition valued at $15,000 and a detached garage valued at $5,000. And this property has an attached garage and it's a little bit larger than this detached garage, and that's actually valued at $17,000. So these added together are $20,000. This is $17,000. So because of the room addition, um, I have more valuable additions, and so we have to do a positive $3,000 adjustment there. So let's look at condition, because I'm looking at these MLS photos, and let's just pretend that my property really hasn't been updated very much. And also let's pretend that this property has been updated. So I'm scrolling through. Okay, I like looking at the kitchen because that's kind of a main selling point for a home. And so I'm going to tag that by putting this little hamburger icon right here. And I'm going to identify that as an interior view, and it's a kitchen. And I'm going to say this has been updated. I really want to be careful and check this, because this box right here, because that's what's going to include it in the report that I generate. And I can get onto condition by clicking here, or I can click right here. And really what I want to do is say, okay, this property isn't really in, the appraisal district is saying that it's similar to mine, but it's really not. It's actually nicer than mine. We're pretending here. So I'm going to say, because the kitchen's been updated, I want to adjust it up $25,000. Did you notice that when it was similar, like the appraisal district has it, using this comp hurts me because it adjusts to $294,000. Well, if I'm saying that it's actually nicer than my property because it's got an updated kitchen, and I change it to $25,000, now using it actually helps me because it adjusted $270,000. So I actually want to use that comp now. Let's tag some other photos just to for demonstration purpose. Okay, that's got a nice drive up. It's got some nice landscaping to it, things like that. That's an exterior view, drive up. Nice landscaping. Much better than mine. Okay, be sure and click that box to include it in the report. If I don't check that box, it won't show up in the report. So be sure and check that box if you want it in that report. Okay, so I've got two comps that are selected. I'm happy with that. I'm going to save my work. You can tell it's being saved down here. And I go back to the dashboard. And I want to generate a report. So I go to report. Since I did my own adjustments and comp selection, I want to do a custom market report instead of our default express one, which is our automated selection and automated adjustments. I create the report. And I view it. And I can see, okay, I've got the two comps that I've selected. The value's coming in at $275,000. This is just the comp grid of those two reports, showing in detail how we got from the sales price down to the indicated or adjusted sale price. I can see this $25,000 superior adjustment that I made. And I can see the two photos that I selected. The front view, nice landscaping, much better than mine. And the kitchen, this has been updated. And so this is how you can use your subjective opinion to carry you further than in the appeal, because this is going to be much better than what most people bring in, and it's going to be details that they really don't have time to look at on their own because they're valuing hundreds of thousands of properties. And so this is really what adds value to your appeal, is when you can go in and provide your subjective opinion and write some explanation for why you think property is better than yours, and use the photos as evidence.